ago at the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley, also known as the Dorito Pope, insert Dorito Pope picture here, made an announcement about a game that was revolutionary and was gonna change shooters from the makers of
Apex Legends.
Game over. Thanks for playing.
And Titanfall.
And then he showed the trailer to
Highguard.
which,
Into lands uncharted and dangers untold.
I'm sorry, I completely spaced out. What was this? Seems generic at best. And then the devs went radio silent for like a month. And then yesterday, the game launched and they dropped like a month's worth of marketing material on their YouTube, like just...
Close one.
I've seen a lot of people compare this game to Concord and say that it's going to be terrible, that the character designs are probably sauceless, but I figured, as a connoisseur of character design, I would actually be more or less qualified to see if that is actually true or not. I am going into this review in good faith, okay? We can roast the game, but I'm gonna try and see if they actually tried to cook their characters at all, or if they microwaved. Because Concord, well, Concord barely microwaved, didn't it? They partway boiled, and that's it.
Why not?
But Highguard, for all its fucking faults, I do think that they had at least a concept and a theme that they stuck to, so we're gonna see if they actually did it. Yes, this has microtransactions. Yes, they're pretty blatant, okay? Like, they're there. So we're gonna look at the characters now, and we're gonna talk about them, we're gonna look at the designs, and here's what we need to look for. Are they on theme? Do they have a clear identity? And most importantly, are they cohesive to each other in the point that it looks like they exist within the same world? That one's really, really important. Because if we have a mismatch of characters, and I've seen people say this about the character designs in Highguard, that they're not cohesive to each other. If they are not cohesive to each other, then we have committed a grave faux pas. We're also gonna give the skins a look as well, because they gotta be good. That's what the game is selling. So let's get started.
Your level of optimism disturbs me.
Okay, so there's only 8 characters in the roster right now, so it's a perfect time to start and talk about the designs and maybe see some skins. So let's do it. Beginning with John Titanfall. Wait, no, John Highguard Atticus. So right off the bat, I see an aesthetic that I do like. What I do see here is the tactical military gear that morphs into a more fantasy armor. Because that does tell me that they were trying to mesh the worlds together. Not a bad thing, mind you, it's absolutely doable. I think that this design does it very well. Is it something that I would expect for a hero with his own trailer, though? Not really, no. It's not giving me the main character pizzazz that I want. But there are elements to appreciate. I like the cape, I like the popped collar, I like his fucking tactical gear, I like the fact that it like becomes fantasy armor, kind of, sort of. It's not fantasy enough, though. It's leaning more towards modern, especially because he has like the fade, the fabrics look super synthetic, the silhouette is also very modern. So, while they were going for, like, Knight Captain here, they didn't quite nail it. I think that there is a way to marry these two things together. Don't get me wrong. But they focused a little bit too much on the tactical military gear and not enough on the fantasy, which I think is overall the problem with the game in general aesthetically. Because if you give this dude a gun, a normal gun, which he has, he no longer feels like a fantasy knight. He feels like a weird LARPer that's gonna go, you know, commit a hate crime. It's not a bad design, but it lacks a lot of oomph and it lacks fantasy. It does. His face in particular looks so modern. Like, this is like when I was watching Bridgerton and all of the guys had like normal makeup and shit instead of looking like they were from like a period drama. Like, he has like the most modern man face on the planet, you guys. So the things attached to his hips turn into lightning bolts. Like Zeus-style lightning bolts, okay? That's his fantasy weapon. And honestly, that's the only thing he should need. I don't know why we have a fucking gun strapped to our ass. Let's look at the skins, because this is the shit that's gonna make them money. Okay, this is better. This is infinitely better. Well, no wonder. But, like, why did the hair turn into fucking Gomez? This is much better from an aesthetic point of view, but does it still have a gun strapped to its ass? No. Like, this is what I was expecting if you told me that this game was gonna be, like, more fantasy-oriented. It is better, the silhouette is stronger, the pauldrons are bigger. You very, very clearly get night from this, even without a helm. The lightning motif is actually shown in different places in the armor. There's decent repetition here. It's nicely ornamented. Like, this one feels like a lightning knight. The first one does not. The hair is a bit of a miss for me, though. I don't know why they didn't keep the Killmonger hair for this one. How much does this cost, actually? This costs 1,800 babinis of premium currency, which you can get for $20! It does the gacha thing where you don't get enough currency to buy one skin and that's it. There's always some left over. Jesus, 18 euros, fuck off. Yep! Let's see the other skins. No. Are they trying to make something like Dune, but failing miserably? It's Dune-ish, but no, it's a little too modern for my taste. It doesn't fit with the game's aesthetic. Does it have sauce? Yes. For Highguard? No. One more. Vanquisher. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. I like this a lot because this with like a fucking like AK-47 could actually have comedic potential. Like a lot of comedic potential. And this one is fantasy as shit. This one is actually super fucking cool. And this one is actually free. The only thing I don't get from this one is the lightning captain thing. If lightning is your thing, where is it? Like, there's nothing on the armor that shows lightning at all. It just looks like, you know, this is Sparta.com.org. Also, this has the reverse issue of the Dune one. This is really great for fantasy, but there's nothing modern here that would make it so that him holding a gun would not look funny as fuck. Emotes? Okay. See, that would be a lot more impressive if you could use that instead of a gun. Oh, shit! That's rad! You know what else is rad? Gamer subs! Do you want energy? Do you want to be able to fight 20 people as one man? May I recommend trying out gamer subs? Yeah, fucking energy for days, baby! Laser focus, dodge, dodge, and you will exude pink fire if you get too excited. And it's pink because he used fucking code KinkyMation at checkout. 10% off, remember that. Ton of energy, and if you don't want energy because caffeine is spooky scary, they got you, baby boo. Caffeine-free flavors, sugar-free. Become a man, be like a dragon, be like Kiryu. Boom, chill over. Okay, moving on, moving right along.
Waka waka.
We have Redmane. Okay, I am getting a barbarian vibe. This one, I like a little bit more than John Highguard because this one feels a little bit less modern. There is still some modern elements here. The fabric, again, super synthetic. We have some actual plastic bits here and there. The belt buckles are very modern. Padlock is very modern. The pants are super modern. But the armor itself, not that much. The armor itself feels way more like Celtic. A lot more barbarian coated. I like his shoes. I like his weird tusks that he has on his head, even though I don't know how they're staying on. I like the fur on the fucking back of his neck. Why does the fur have jiggle physics? I like how his armor is actually tied on as opposed to like fucking stapled on or like moderned on. It's funny that his tattoo is so fucking modern. That's a very like white girl tattoo. The thing I would say about this one is that it needs to be bigger. We need to stylize a little bit more. We need to make this dude a fucking brick shithouse, okay? Right now, he's like swole dude you'll meet at the gym. We need ridiculous. We need gigantic. Because that would sell the idea that it's like a giant, like, barbarian Redmane character that, like, probably rides around on a bear. Why does it have jiggle physics, though? The one thing about his outfit I just genuinely don't understand, though, is the thing around his waist. What is it? Is it like a jacket? Half a jacket? It has a zipper that goes nowhere? Like, what is it? Why is it here? Let's see if any of these skins can actually, like, improve on this silhouette. No! Not only did you make him somehow more lean and not at all feel like a gigantic thing, but again, this doesn't fit this game. It's a banger design for something like Apex Legends, not so much here. Tactical uniform number 50 and like that's it. and it costs like $8. It's so dissonant with the background too. Like, I'm sorry, they should have just done sci-fi. They clearly wanted to. The dumb little claw toes. I like those though. They only did fantasy so it would be more quote-unquote unique, but now it's like so weirdly dissonant. I like this one. I like the Beast Lord, but I don't like it for Highguard. I feel like this one would fit in a purely fantasy game, but he needs to be bigger! Bigger muscle, bigger dude. He's too small for like the type of character they were going for. His head is grog-coated and the body is like normal Jimbro-coated. I need Zangief level bullshit! I need large and in charge, not a random-ass Jimbro in the Halloween costume that he thought makes him look super cool, but he ended up getting the flu because it was too cold out. It's so fucking funny because most of these designs are either too sci-fi or too fantasy. No middle ground. All right, more. Why? Like, yes, but kind of? Ish? Fefalcoatl? Like, there was an attempt? This is as close as they've gotten to actually nailing the fantasy and modern thing, I think. It's still not quite there yet for me, but I don't completely dislike this. This is a Warcraft orc. It's almost there. There's modern elements to this, especially like in the fabric and the leather. But there's also very clear fantasy inspirations on the pauldrons, on this fucking hair tie thing. Like, this one is the closest skin that we've gotten to something actually matching that, like, half and half sci-fi and fantasy aesthetic that they've been desperately trying to go for.
OMG, look at Grob Warcraft.
Stop! No, yeah.
Calling that a Warcraft work is frankly a bit of an insult to Warcraft.
Oh,
please
shit.
just look at how insanely wide Warcraft works are.
I think the main culprit is the lack of shape language. Again, it's too fantasy. The fucking physics engine on these stiff fucking armor plates is fucking sending me. The fur physics engine is on his fucking armor plates. They're possessed, chat. This is fucking cursed armor. I'm sorry. And again, if they were a little bit more willing to play with the silhouette, this design would actually slap. It would actually be quite good. There's almost there, like there's almost potential, but we're not quite hitting it. And these all cost $8 to $20. This one is from the Pit Fighter, so this one's free, but like, it should be $9, but it's discounted. Oh my god, hi, yay! Bet. Bet! Where the fuck is this shit in the game? Okay, like, that would have hit a lot harder if you had a better use of shape language. What? Yeah! That's a good emote. That's actually a good emote. Oh, you wasted food! Motherfucker, why would you waste that entire fucking turkey leg? You wasteful Number 3 is Condor. So, while I do like this design and I think it's very pretty, it tells me nothing about her. Maybe wings that are clipping through her arm, like, it's cute. It's a pretty design, but what is it supposed to be? You know, like, she flies? Hunter, maybe? Perhaps? Maybe she likes birds? But you got that from her name. Visual-wise, the only thing I see related to birds is, like, the feathers in her armor, and that's about it. I like this one because this one is a little bit leaning more towards the fantasy side of things, but there's still some modern stuff in here. Her pants are super modern, her top is super modern. Even one of her gloves is fairly modern. So are her, like, sneakers. She's wearing Yeezys, chat. Like, it's a cute design, but it's, again, lacking something. I'm not really getting what her deal is other than, like, warrior that may or may not have a pet bird. Also, the clipping shows laziness, if you ask me. Pose her differently. That just tells me that you guys did not even fucking try to put colliders down on the simulations. Holy shit. This is very safe design, and let me tell you this, as a character designer, safe will get you nowhere. The most creative shit you can get is when you take risks. A hood, maybe? Yeah, a hood, something.
Let her stand for a second and you'll see the drop reset as her animations run out.
Oh my god, yeah, I just saw it! Yeah, when her animation stops, she like loops, yeah. That is terrible!
That settles it for me.
It fucking clips to loop back. The animation should loop seamlessly. Oh, that's so bad. No. How is this supposed to give me Hunter? Is it still clipping, by the way? Yes, it is! Clipping through metal! That's my fucking favorite! Not Hunter at all. If anything, it's giving me, like, avant-garde ski resort babe. And if there's ever a character to give, like, a bow and arrow to, is this one. I'm sorry, like... It's telling me nothing! It's telling me Arctic Explorer, not Hunter. The hair is gorgeous. The goggles are adorable. I really do like her jacket. It's very, very cute. But again, like, ugh. And we're clipping through the metal! Come on! Also, the puffy sleeve is also clipping through. 4 years, and we could not optimize this shit? Okay, the next skin. It's better thematically. Much better thematically. I'm still not getting Hunter, but at the very least, the fucking bird thing stands way the fuck out more. This is actually a pretty beautiful design. I love the gold. I love the feathered accents. I love the fucking hair. I like that this one isn't clipping! Like, it's almost like these were the base outfits that they were supposed to have. Shape play is a lot better. It has a much nicer silhouette. It's just more interesting to look at. I would have liked a little bit more stylization on the bodies and faces, but this design is actually pretty baller. I like this one better. It's not clipping as much. Oh, I do like this one. This is giving me Hunter. Maybe it's because of, like, the very, like, tribal theme to it, like the blindfold for, like, better hearing or something. Gorgeous patterns, great use of texture, great use of shapes. This is much better. I love the textures on the top. It looks like artisanal, like handmade. Ooh, I love the hair. Do not clip like that. The hair is beautiful. This one is clipping only just a little bit. Color scheme is great. This is actually this should have been the default for this character. It's actually so, so beautiful. It's interesting through color. It's interesting through shape. It's interesting through texture. The silhouette is nicer, the hair is really fun, the blindfold gives me some intrigue as to why are you blindfolded, do you use that to hunt? Like, this makes me ask questions. When a design makes me ask questions, that means that there's some interesting things in there, you know? Why is the ass clipping? It was almost there, come on! They should have had a closed beta for this. They were developing it in secret, idiots. Hi, girl, hi. I think that's the same emote for everybody. Where the fuck is this in the design? And there it doesn't clip. But, like, where the fuck was that bird's motif anywhere on her design except for, like, the last ones? That was cool. This one is cool! Okay. Dances on your grave to medieval music. Let's move on to the next character. Hi. Now, this one I like. It's very monk-coded. But this one's gonna make me mad because why the fuck would you give a monk a gun? I love the crystalline limbs. I love the, like, icy hair. The fucking modern coat turned into, like, a monk's outfit looks pretty fucking cool. Like, that's a neat touch, but with the fantasy armor, it looks really interesting. It seems to be attached to his body somehow. I don't see any weird clipping so far with this one, so it looks really solid. It's a good design. A really good one. I do feel like this one actually has a pretty interesting silhouette. So this one doesn't feel as dull as the other ones. I feel like we could have gone barefoot, though. We didn't need shoes for this one. I think the grippers that would have helped sell the monk image a lot more. You know what I think? I think the guns ruined the aesthetic for most of these. I think any semblance of Riz that they have as, like, a fantasy thing immediately gets canceled out by the gun. Like, if they had unique weapons that actually fit their aesthetics, it would look so much cooler, but this is just a gun. Like, in Overwatch, what was his name? Zenyatta? It's the robot that throws, like, giant balls, which, like, resemble the beads that monks wear. That's super fucking cool. See, if they looked more like this from the outset, I would have liked this game better, but these are... No, not this one. These are paid. All right, let's look at the skins for the monk. He only has 2, by the way. Okay, very, very pretty. I like what this one is cooking. I love the armor. I love the stony scales on his body. Love the horns. Love the pointy hair, pointy ears, great jewelry, great asymmetry, great use of actual monk elements in the outfit, like the beads and like all the little weird skulls. Nice gold accents, great pattern on the fabric as well. But again, it's too fantasy for what Highguard was going for. But notice how this one has a distinct lack of any modern weaponry, and it already looks like 10 times better. It's a little bit safe, but it's not a bad skin. You have to pay to unlock the real look. You do! But these are the looks that would have gotten people to actually download this game. And they're paywalled. Again, a very, very strong look that should have been its default. This is fantasy as shit, but it is wasted on a skin you have to pay for. This one is a beautiful skin. I love the ice building all over the armor. It shows that like he's affecting his environment. I love the engraving on all the gold details. I love the fur-lined fabric. Love the pauldron. Love the horns. I love the fucking skin and hair color. It looks like a frost giant, eerie, graceful, deadly. But it's paywall. Like, this is the shit that you guys should have put on the box. Has one emote. So your power's just made from Overwatch. Got it. The entire bundle that includes this emote is $20. Like, to be fair, now looking at the thing, the bundles have a mount, emotes, and the skin for $20. Not bad. But I don't know if I could see anybody reasonably expending that much money on a skin like these. Hey, we're getting into some soup. I like this one. This one design is beautiful. This is, wow, ass. This is actually giving me like a more modern take on a dark mage, which I really like. I love the leather. I love the harness, like armor. Love the sleeves. I love the purple embellishment on her sternum. I like that it looks like a sci-fi bodysuit, but she grabbed it and embellished it in a way that makes her look like a dark fucking sorceress. You are wasted on this game. You know what? I would not have done this for Highguard, but like just for this character, not for the game. You are wasted. Wasted on this game. It's beautiful. The color scheme is great. The silhouettes are lovely. She has like a wizard's orb on her chest. The fucking shapes are beautiful. Hairstyle is great. Beautiful silhouette. Amazing body. And this one actually matches sci-fi and fantasy pretty well because the cut of the outfit is fantasy, the fabrics are sci-fi, and the silhouette is a good mix of both. Let's see some skins. Oh, that's beautiful. She is wasted on this game. That is gorgeous. Whoever designed this cooked. Who is that designer? We must free them from the studio. Look at the way the armor frames her ass, frames her legs. The fucking helmet on the back is gorgeous. The halo's so beautiful. Long golden hair that looks like she has a veil of blood over her eyes. The gloves that look like stained in blood. Absolutely beautiful. Great use of colors. Beautiful shapes. Great contouring. A gorgeous silhouette. Like, this is wasted on Highguard. If, like, this game is so, like, weak that it needed to fucking lead with the goon. I am sorry, but as a connoisseur in the art of sex, if they would have put this girl on the posters, if they would have put this girl on the trailers, that's it. That's all you need to do. People would have at least been interested. You gotta lead with the goon a little bit. A little bit. Don't use John Highguard. Your fucking prime target audience is dude. Show them ass. And I don't say this lightly, because usually you guys know how I feel about using excessive goon in video games, but these designs are not goony. These are just very, very pretty. I think that if you just put these in, people would have been interested. Again, this design is wasted on this game. This is giving me, like, the mummy, like, evil fucking queen of Egypt raised from the dead by some sort of ritual that involved body painting. Like, it reminds me of a sluttier version of a Fire Emblem Dark Mage. Like, Tharja would wear this. The hips are gorgeous. All of the gold embellishments are beautiful. The color scheme is used so nicely. They're making, like, Pikmin hair, but it fits with the silhouette, and I love it so much. It's so wasted on this game. Look at the ass! Every single poster should have been this girl. I'm sorry. Like, this is the bitch. This is the bitch from Highguard. You should have put her in the posters. Not my favorite, but it fits the theme of the game. Like, Evil Durgan coded. Yeah, Dragon Queen. I do like it, though. It's still, like, also, know how all of these have kept, like, a very, like, menacing design? It's okay. I like the harness, and I like the dragon pauldrons a lot. This one has had the strongest silhouette out of all of them, like, this character in general. And also the most fantasy-coded one. Her first skin, her default, is the most, like, modern/fantasy. But yeah, none of these are sci-fi. All of these are, like, very aggressively fantasy, which, you know what, I like. They genuinely should have led with this girl. Holy shit. Let's see some emotes. I love her, though. Oh my god. Why was she just slap him back into the netherworld? Bitch. Why is she wasted on this game? Get the fuck out of here, you bitch.
Temuhila.
Oh, come on now. This is actually a good design. I will give you Teemo on the other ones, but not this one. This one's actually solid. Like, I know that Highguard isn't the best game, but I do feel like there's a lot of people who are unnecessarily mean about it. We gotta give credit where credit is due. Mara has a good design. Okay, let's see more Booba. Booba that... No, you fail on, like... I like this design. As a guy! I've talked about this before, that when you're making a very muscular woman, maybe try and accentuate the waistline and hips a little bit more. It's okay if she doesn't have a lot of chesticles, because normally very muscular women don't have big chests, but like, tell me that this looks like a woman. It's because they failed with the base skin to show off any curve whatsoever. This is a very manly outfit. Her posture is also very manly. You can't see her face, which would usually be the biggest indicator. If she had, like, a hyper-feminine face, then yeah, eat it up, girly pop. But she's hiding her face, so she looks like a guy. I get what they were trying to go for, maybe like a huntress vibe. But the face is covered in its entirety, and the silhouette and posing is very manly. The concept is great if it was a dude. I do like the pauldron, I like the masks on the hip, I like the coat thing in the back, looks very, very cool, very Eastern coded, very nice. Again, fun mix of like the modern and fantasy fabrics, but it's just not it, mama. Yeah, you need to show some femininity if you're doing muscle girl, otherwise it won't like land as nicely.
I say this as a trans woman who appreciates when women are allowed to be more masked. Character design coding. This is guy coded.
Yeah, like, let me tell you this, for anybody who's thinking maybe the character's trans, this is a fucking game that's made by primarily, like, straight white dudes. Not a chance in hell. Yeah, maybe non-binary, but it's also not androgynous enough for that. It's way too guy-coded. I could have seen the androgyny if the shoulders were not so wide. Let me see the skins. Let's see if any of the skins actually do the thing that you should do with muscle mommies, which is show off some actual curves. Better. No. Kinda. No. There's no hips, mama! If they would have snatched that waist more, I could have believed it, because I love the hair on this one. Side note, if they snatched the waist, I would have 1,000,000,000% been like, yeah, that's a lady. Yeah, there's no hips, the shoulders are way too wide. Yeah, the hair and the mask, beautiful, gorgeous. Chest plate, absolutely stunning. It's also a mask, super fucking pretty. Not modern at all, but whatever. It's a really pretty design. It is, but it's not quite like what they were going for, which was very strong woman. And we've seen very strong ladies on the channel, and we love us some muscle mommies. Not it for this one. Is it relevant to know if she's a woman or not for the theme of or character? Like, is it important for her actual character? Not so much really, no, but from a character design perspective, they did fail a little bit. Because, like, she's very clearly meant to be a woman. Super feminine voice, very feminine name.
My mask doesn't hide my true face. It reveals it.
The little bit of story we know about her, we know that she's like a lady, so yeah, they did kind of fail there. One more. Please put boobs on it. There we go! There we go! That's what I needed! When all else fails, bust out the titty. Now I get it. Now I see the vision much better. Love the Valkyrie fucking aesthetic. The hair is gorgeous. Armor is beautiful. Fucking leg pieces are really, really nice. Good silhouette. Very, very fun. We have success! And it's pay to unlock. Yeah, and again, you can have really strong women that are super feminine. Look at She-Hulk. She's great. Let's see the emotes. Why are you beating up your children? Also, despite the fact that this is a very Asian-looking armor, she's Irish. This design is also not giving me Irish, fun fact. Pardon? Wait, have you guys not heard her speak in her character trailer? She's Irish.
My destiny blooms.
I swear to God. There are trailers, but they dumped, like, I shit you not, 33 videos in 10 minutes. They dropped the character trailers first and the gun trailer second, so the gun trailers buried all of the character trailers! Okay, moving on. One more woman in this roster. Oh, she's beautiful. Okay, another really good girly pop in this game. Fat ass, holy shit. So far, the women have been a little bit better than the men. I can see what her deal is immediately. Traveler of the desert, wanderer, pocket sand user, like... It's a really good mix between the fantasy tribal and the modern aesthetic. The crop top is also helping a lot. Abs, let me lick up. I love the scarf that like kind of mimics a sunset. I love her tattoos, the patterns. The fact that the scarf is like wrapped around her shirt as well is really cool. The patterns on her armor are pretty cool as well. I like the daggers on her belt. Like, this is actually a pretty good one. I can understand what her deal is immediately, you know? So this one's not a failure in terms of what it's trying to convey. Both her and Mara have been probably the strongest designs in this game. 2 out of 8 is not great, though. This character alone blew Concord out of the water. Yeah, like, again, credit where credit is due. These are better designs than Concord's. Much better. The problem is, some of them, a lot of them, did not fit Highguard at all. To people who are saying that there's no cohesion between the units, though, I have to disagree. There is some cohesion, mainly in the way that they use fabrics and the way that they pattern their clothing. The lack of cohesion is mainly from the skins, but that's very normal, like... But for the most part, it is cohesive. That being said, though, I don't even know if the devs knew what Highguard was supposed to be. Okay, let's see her skins real quick. Okay, wasted on this game. That is gorgeous. How come there's like 2 girly pops that have very, very clear-cut themes and nobody else does? They were probably designed by the same person. Woman sells. Woman pretty! I love the nest around her neck. I love the leaves, the vine patterns on the scarf, the fucking leaves all over the boots. It's a great fit.
Like, yeah, it had a strong launch, but that was mostly people going in to confirm their already existing biases against the game from the marketing.
Yes.
Most discussion of the game is, oh yeah, this won't survive a year in service. If it shadow dropped or had a beta, it might not have had...
I think it needed a beta. I think it really, really needed a beta. I agree. With a beta, they could have done so much more to better the fantasy aesthetic. They needed player feedback. I don't know why they didn't do it. I hear that the beginning of the match is super boring because you're just like running around looking for chests. Maybe if you could fight enemies at the start of the match to gear up, find loot from like actual like fucking enemy units. Like have the first match, half of the match be PvE, and then switch it to PvP when you find stuff. That would have been way more fun to play through. Okay, one more skin. Very pretty, not quite what I was expecting for this character, though. Like, it's cute, but that's about it. Oh, no, honey. Like, yeah, this one needed pants. This one I feel like needed pants. Not great as is. It feels too much like we're going to a slut party. Office Siren! This one's probably the weakest skin that she has. It's not bad, but doesn't quite fit this game. She has 1 emote.
Is there no Irandos to fight? Isn't
No.
that what everyone loved about Titanfall? Also, why is it a superhero suit with a slit pencil skirt?
I know! Like, there is no randos to fight. You just fight other people. There's, like, 6 people on a massive map. Good luck finding each other. Deadass. Okay, 1 more character, and then I can be done with this business and go play Warframe for, like, 10 minutes. Ken! You are the most modern character here, and I do not like it. It's just Ken. Wait a minute. Does he not have the same face geometry as the Prince Charming from Shrek 2? It's literally Prince Charming! Oh my god, it's like the same. He's even doing the DreamWorks eyebrow. This is a pretty generic blonde guy. Like, there's nothing to tell me much about his outfit, about what his deal is. Like, he has, like, a vest, and he has, like, cool red magma things. I think he works with bombs. Yeah, but that's about it. It's pretty, like, bare bones other than that, you know?
It's John Fortnite.
It is John Fortnite. It is Jonesy a little bit, but, like, more Prince Charming than Jonesy. No, this should be John Highguard. This has pro-tag energy. Like, the fuckboy vibe, the way that he tosses his hair, like, the cocky attitude. Pretty strong design.
Hello, Marco from Metal Slug.
No, it is. No, you're right. But no, Prince Charming is better. Magma hands on a pro tag? Yes, that's super interesting! Wait, are those hands not way too small for his arms? Why do we have baby Trump hands? Oh my god, he doesn't have wrists! Alright, let's see his skins before I fucking have an aneurysm. Oh, I love. Tell me why this, despite his teeny tiny baby hands, has more pro tag energy than the pro tag. Like, this is just like Prince Charming's rebellious stage. This one is dope. I love the magma arms so much. That tells me something interesting about the character. Like, I think it's because he conveys more personality than the other dude. Like, he's like spunky, he's cocky, he's fun. I like it though. Okay, one more skin. And then we're done with it. No. What? No. No. This is the most modern day fucking army guy that I've ever seen in my life. Why are we here just to suffer? I hate it. Lily, look at his back. I saw the gorilla! This is ruined. This is gag-worthy and not good gag, bad gag, throw-up gag. Fart reverb, I hate it. Yeah, no. Like, he has 2 emotes.
He looks like a discarded Nomura design.
He used a gun for that! Yeah, he does. He just batted that away with a gun. See, that's kind of badass. That's fucking protag energy. Oh, I hate that. Put $1 in the douchebag jar and make your hands bigger! Okay, so like that was all the heroes. Let's look at the mounts real quick. It's a horse. Okay, lightning round for the mounts because it's a horse. Evil horse. It's part of the bundle that costs $20. Generic horse. It's cute. It's for the orgy outfit, chat. Lightning horse. It's a very pretty horse. He's wearing horse armor. You're the reason why DLCs exist. You fucking bitch. Dragon horse armor. Ken, you cannot touch that horse. You will set it on fire. It's a cool fucking set of saddle, though. If you try and ride a fucking panther, you will fucking get eaten and you will die. But it's a cute kitty. A liger? The weirdest fucking cat I've ever seen. Okay. A snow leopard. Alright. Fuck. Okay. Weird. Blood brother. Ew. Why is the cat so long so it can fit a person? Normal cats are not this big.
I don't wanna go.
I like this one because it looks like a fantasy animal. It really does, chat. Bear! Try and ride a bear into battle and see how far you make it.
Drop the shield breaker. Enemy's got the shield breaker. Take him out. Wait out! Death by one fight.
So the devs, this was the highlight of the game. You can ride a bear. This was the highlight. This was the thing that they spent all their money on. Okay, this one's pretty cute. Tribal little... Wait, you shaved him. Why would you shave that poor bear? Also, why can't I see bear butthole? That's not realistic, chat. It's kind of cute, though. Okay, circus bear. Spartan bear. That bear would fucking throw you off and then claw you to death, chat. Claw you to death. You could say it was the bear necessities. Boo! Blood moss legendary skin. Like, it's just a tasseled bear. A bear for the parade. Poor animal. And then the last one, which is like a griffin, you have to buy this one. It costs $20 to get the skin, and you cannot, and this one does not come in the game. You have to buy this one. It's a pretty cool animal, though. It looks pretty dope. Let's see the... Freedom! Red tail. It's the same, but with a red tail. And then the battle strike, which is very, very pretty. And that's the mounts. And this was like the highlight of the game for the devs. Oh my god, terrible. Okay, like... They don't fit the aesthetic, chat. They do not fit the aesthetic. Not even a little bit. Maybe that one a little bit. But like, no. Ugh. Look. I don't think that the game knew what it wanted to do aesthetically. There's some really good characters here that are wasted in this game. But genuinely, while there was cohesion between characters, there is no cohesion between the setting and the actual characters themselves. I genuinely feel like all of this felt like an afterthought. When you're designing characters, one of the first things that you have to do is you have to design a character and build a world around it. I don't think that they built the world around these characters. I feel like they built them separately and then mashed them together, and that's a gigantic mistake to make. Usually the way you do this is that you make your protagonist, your main character, and then shape the world around them, pick out rules, pick like a general aesthetic, and then go from there. These really genuinely just feel like they made the world, and then they made the characters, or they made the characters and then they made the world, or they made them separately, they did not communicate between teams, and then just smashed them together. Some of the designs are good. I would argue that Mara and Scarlet are actually pretty amazing, wasted on this game, but for the most part, they lacked punch. They lacked in silhouette, they lacked shape play. They felt too safe. And in a game like this, where your characters are everything, they needed more attention. I genuinely do think so. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys planning on trying out Highguard? Yes, no. What did you think of the characters? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel because it helps out a fuck ton. Don't forget that if you want to be energized and not play games that are going to bore you to tears, become a gamer, get some G-subs. Use code KingMation at checkout for 10% off your entire order. They have awesome stuff. They do drops every so often. Great merch, super good flavors, great energy, and caffeine-free versions for those of you guys who are like me, that caffeine is ooky spooky.